We start with our wildfire coverage across California. Firefighters are battling wildfires burning here at home and around the state. They're causing outages, damaging buildings, and forcing evacuations. Windy, hot, and dry conditions are also making it tough for firefighters.
Meteorologist Brendan Minshif will have more on the fire danger in just a moment, but this map tells the story. We're tracking several fires right here in Northern California. Hello, everyone. This is a special edition of ABC 10 News. I'm Chris Thomas.
I'm Laura Painter, and we're coming to you early ahead of Game 5 of the NBA Finals, airing right after this newscast.
But I want to show you this. Firefighters are battling a grass fire in Sacramento County as we speak. It's burning near Mather Airport, not far from where another large fire burned more than 900 acres less than 24 hours ago.
ABC 10's Brandon Rittiman is there live right now.
And Brandon, we can see that smoke behind you. Bring us up to speed. What do you know so far?
So what we know is this is a wind-driven fire, primarily being driven by flashy fuels. We've got a lot of dry grass just right here where I'm standing. You can see what is burning. This cheatgrass, these dry grasses that burn out so easily that the fire really can just move at the exact same speed as the wind, because that's how flashy these fuels are. I think Wes is showing you some flames right now. Just to get your bearings, we are just a little bit south of Mather Lake. There's a park area that's not too far away from the airfield, and right now we're actually standing on an abandoned military bunker that is part of the old base. And so far as we can tell, no structures being lost here, at least that are obvious to us. But this fire is throwing up a big plume of white smoke, which tends to be indicative of burning up vegetation and not particularly heavy vegetation. So that's good news. The bad news is we don't really have a handle on this fire at this point. You can see Metro Fire has its helicopter with that snorkel hanging out from below so that it can go and do water drops out here. As we've been here, the wind speed's been intensifying, which is not helping firefighters at all. If we can come back down to the ground level, Wes, you can see we're over here on the flank of the fire right now, and we're watching as it gets into some of the vegetation that's a little bit thicker. We've got some, bushes and trees and things. Those are the things that are really starting to pop up and throw that little bit of black smoke, but we haven't seen sustained black smoke like you would expect to see if structures were going right now. It's headed in the direction of Sunrise, so really the goal right now is to be trying to contain it to sort of the block that it's in, if you will, keep it from crossing any major roads, because if it does that from where I'm standing, in fact, Wes, if you can just kind of pan to the head of the fire, if we look over here just at the edge of the white smoke where you can kind of start to see some power lines, now we are seeing structures. So there are people who are directly downwind of the head of this fire. The trouble is right now it's just moving almost as fast as the wind can carry it because of these light, dry, flashy fuels, all that dead grass that you can see in the foreground of your shot. That is what's fueling this fire, the kind of thing that we tend to get down in the valley. We had very fortunate weather conditions that gave us a lot of moisture up high in the mountains, and that's great for the trees. But down here it means a big grass crop that then dies once we get those hot temperatures like we've been having over the last several weeks. And this, unfortunately, is what the result can be, is a very fast-moving fire that requires a sudden response. So we are nowhere near to mop up at this point. Right now, this is a running fire with an active head, and we are watching it from the flank. For a minute there, the wind direction made it look like we might have to abandon this spot. Right now, we are safe, but I do want you to know that we are prepared to jump in our car and get out of here at a moment's notice. We have a safe escape route. Chris, Laura?
Yeah, Brandon, very difficult conditions for fire crews out there. We can see that smoke moving very quickly, and we can hear the wind very powerfully through your microphone. Be safe out there. We'll be following this very closely, Brandon. We're going to be checking back with you very soon. Thank you. And we want to show you video just into our newsroom of a fire burning in Manteca right now. This is near McKinley and Bronson. While we're told there are no current evacuations, there are buildings threatened. Manteca police tell us they are putting people in the area on standby just in case this fire grows, just in case the danger grows and they have to leave their home in a moment's notice. Stay with us for updates on that one.
And we do have live team coverage all across the area as we speak. ABC 10's Luke Clary is tracking yet another fire tonight.
He is live in Rio Linda, where firefighters have been chasing several small grass fires in just the last few hours. Luke, what's the latest there?
Well, hey, Laura, Chris, in contrast to the fire that Brandon Ritteman is monitoring over there in Rancho Cordova, this fire in Rio Linda is pretty well knocked down. We see a number of engines still here and crews doing just mopping up as this entire grassy field here has been reduced to a blackened and charred remains. Okay, so take a look at this. You can see some of the damage in this neighbor's backyard. We do have permission from a family to stand back here and just bring you these images. That is a trailer back there that looks pretty well totaled. There's a trampoline and some other items in this backyard that are utterly burned. And if you turn back over this way to me, Kurt, you can actually see some of the grassy and dry grassy fuels that are driving this fire, and you might be able to hear those very windy conditions on our microphone as well. I spoke to the family that lives in this house, this property right over here, and when this fire broke out at about 2 o'clock here, one of a number of fires, at least two that have broken out here in the Rio Linda area, they said that a number of small children were here at home. It was actually a teenage boy who saw the flames, called 911, got the firefighters here, and then took out a hose, and it became a whole family affair. They were all out there with hoses and buckets trying to protect their property. If you just take a look over there, what you actually can see are bee boxes. So this is the home of a beekeeper trying to protect some of his materials for his home business. Again, the good news here in Rio Linda is that this fire appears to be pretty well knocked down. We don't know of any structures that were damaged or destroyed here, but a very close call here with these fires burning in people's backyards in Rio Linda. Chris, Laura?
Indeed, so thankful no one was hurt. Our Luke Clary live for us tonight. Luke, we'll have more tonight after the game.
Well, residents are returning to their homes after a wildfire tore through 900 acres in Sacramento County near Mather.
Yeah, it was called the Excelsior Fire, and it certainly made for a scary Father's Day weekend.
It certainly did. All evacuation orders and road closures were lifted today. The fire destroyed outbuildings and cars, but thankfully, fire crews say homes were saved. Amongst the blackened land left behind by the fire, the Greater Sacramento Muslim Cemetery was also spared.
I could not believe it, that all the areas surrounding the cemetery is completely burnt, even if you go to the back. But this cemetery is still intact. So that's really wonderful.
Yeah, the strong winds and dry conditions we're still dealing with today fueled those fires and helped that spread. Now, fire crews worked throughout the night to build containment lines in threatened areas. The fire is now 100% contained. Sacramento Metro Fire and the Office of Emergency Services will evaluate the damages.
And right now there's another fire burning in Calaveras County. This is on Arrow Road near Hunt Road. Just look at the smoke it's putting up. It's at 250 acres right now, and we're learning this is impacting traffic near Highway 4 as well. We're waiting to learn more information, so stay with us for updates there. I also want to show you yet another fire burning, this time in Colusa County. This is near Sites Ladoga Road and Stone Coral Avenue in Colusa. It's now more than 600 acres, and it is a fast-moving fire. Keep in mind, it started just a few hours ago after 1:30.
And in Southern California, the Post Fire has burned nearly 16,000 acres. This fire is burning in the Grapevine, which is about 65 miles north of downtown LA. It's only 8% contained at last check. Strong winds are making it challenging for the firefight. At least 1,200 people had to be evacuated. The cause of this fire is under investigation.